Hey, Bobby Farrell here. I just stumped myself on what week it is. No idea. Journey to Self, a year in the life, and I've lost track of the weeks. And I'm somewhat out of breath because I literally just ran up the stairs squealing because I get this juicy, delicious hour to myself, and I'm fully engaged in the magical, spiritual, sensual self exploration with Mandy Steinbach. And last Sunday we were talking about pleasure, and um, Karen facilitated this wonderful art activity talking about pleasure. And since we did Inviting Epiphany in early January and talked about pleasure there, it's been right there in my awareness, or not, all the time. And so the boys have science at the university today, and I had like a small window of time before I brought them here that wasn't claimed. So I prepped everything. I put a hot water bottle in my bed because I know that my sunspot hits my bed shortly. And I prepped the elixir so that all I had to do, excuse me, was come home and heat up the base, stick it in the blender and blend it. So when it was all ready, I came squealing up the stairs in a rush and like ran into my bed. And that is pleasure. That is joy. That is the moments that count. And since Sunday, well, not even since Sunday, since, I don't know, but the feeling, I guess specifically since Sunday, I can say truthfully that this has been different. The space in my body mind is different. I have so much more capacity for upset and anger. It doesn't sit the same way as it did, and and a lot of the things I've been exploring have had a notion of you can't even begin to change your life until you embrace the one that you have. And I've been doing that. I've been really focusing on acknowledging my reality and loving it. And it has made such a difference. So let me be clear, like nothing has changed except my perception of the experience. And in effect, whatever, the chicken or the egg, other people's experiences. So my partner took my 6-year-old out on a special date. He had won a gift card at Solstice Bingo that he wanted to use. So they went and had a meaningful little date and a snack and a conversation, because he has been intense. And last week he upped the intensity to in a physical way. And like that was a breaking point. Like I was a mess. The judgment and the shame and the recognition that I've somehow raised someone who could hit, and in that way, I mean, whatever. So they went and had a beautiful conversation, and since then there's been a softening within him, a softening within my partner, just a softening all around. And I think it was my check-in with Mandy on Monday that I recognized that my insides, I've been clenching them in a way that I can't recall clenching them in a really long time. And I'm not even doing that anymore. There's just, I like it really hot, so I have to pay attention to drinking it when it's really hot. because that's pleasure, and my life is really drawn to pleasure right now. And what a difference it makes. So, my stop for a sip of pleasure totally derailed my thoughts, and that's perfect. I'm gonna roll with that. So my check-in, this journey to self, it's funny. It's not funny. It's clear to me in this moment the things that we continue to hear and the patterns we continue to recognize, and it really doesn't matter because it's not time until it's time. And again, in what I'm going to say, in alignment with the softening of my body and like a relaxing of my body mind, because I don't really know, I can't really pinpoint what's relaxed. It just feels like a softening. Feeling, so historically I felt really isolated in my choice to homeschool, and like a lack of community and a lack of support and a lack of like-minded people, and that's funny. I'm now putting that together with, I thought that about my trailer for a long time too. In the summer I go to my trailer in Baines Lake, and I was walking around the trailer this summer just kind of wandering, and what I heard was, community's here, you just have to take it or not. Like, it may not be what you thought it would look like, but it's here, and it's here for the taking, and there's a lot to offer. And from that moment forward, I saw it in a completely different way, and people just kind of fell into my lap, like-minded humans and not like-minded humans. And how small-minded is it to think that your world need only be filled with like-minded humans? So that's my recognition with homeschool. I have a homeschool community, and it can be whatever I let it be. And so maybe we're not at exactly the same place in life, but if you're willing to say, yes, community is community, and that I am now broadening that statement to just being people and interactions. Like, they're there for the taking. And I'm just aligning that with other spaces and places in my body mind where it's been like, they don't, whatever the situation, the people, the events, whatever, don't map to my perfect vision of it. And so I kind of discredit it or discard it in this like dismissive way. Oh, they're not going to want to be my friend because whatever. I talk about the universe. And that's not my truth. It's not even a belief that I carry. It's probably a judgment I've held for a really long time. So that feels really spacious and new and exciting. And I would even go so far as to say that I feel spacious and new and exciting in different ways. I feel like my recognition of where I've been dismissing different aspects is like, it has the potential to be really huge. So, yeah. I am loving the magical unfoldment of all that I'm creating in my universe, and the recognition of the different places and all of the overlap. I genuinely feel really honored, really blessed, so grateful, happy. Yeah, when Karen first introduced the idea of pleasure, um, it's never really gone away. Like, it stayed in the back of my awareness. And I now look for ways to add pleasure to whatever I'm doing. So, like I said, just taking the time to heat the hot water bottle before I left so that by the time I crawled into here, it would be nice and toasty warm for my sunspot. It feels like a summer day, and when I close my eyes, it's like so nurturing. Yeah, just filled with kindness, and I can feel I don't know, like I can feel the love like emanating from me, like I don't know, the expansive joy of just recognizing that that would be something that I would love, 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 and make this teeny tiny hour of space in my life feel naughty. I love it so much. So, yeah. So, with that, I'm going to rush away to fully embrace my pleasure and just lay here in my sunspot and drink my tea and do whatever I want to do. So, yeah, there's my check-in. I invite you to tell me what you're doing to bring pleasure into your experience at any moment. Bye.